Welcome back to the Happy Chicken Coop YouTube channel. As an adaptation to the ever-posed question, what came first, the duckling or the egg? Your duck hens must begin to lay eggs to obtain this barnyard favorite and add the nutrient-dense baking must-have to your kitchen. So that said, when do ducks start laying eggs? That's what we'll discuss in this video. But before that, please don't forget to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. You can also check out our website at thehappychickencoop.com or subscribe to our email newsletters for more tips and tricks in raising your backyard flock. Now back to the question, when do ducks start laying eggs? The answer isn't simply a set date on the calendar, but a combined multitude of factors that play an essential role in collecting your first of many duck eggs. The first factor is your duck's maturity. Most ducks begin to lay around the 6th to 7th month mark. Though you may see the drake or the male duck begin mating a little sooner, this does not necessarily affect when the hen lays her first egg, nor is it necessary for egg production. A hen will lay the same number of eggs with or without a drake present. The only difference is that with the drake, the eggs have a high chance of being fertilized and therefore can hatch. The second factor to consider is the season. Suppose you're purchasing ducklings in a colder climate. In that case, folks will often buy ducklings in mid-spring, as mature ducks begin to lay in the early spring season and therefore hatch approximately 30 days after sitting. This will have your fuzzy ducklings fully feathered and maturing by the fall, which could mean your duck hens will hold off laying until the following spring. This isn't because they're not keen on laying in the snowy months, though hatching success dramatically improves with the warmer weather. It's tied more closely to fewer daylight hours. Which brings us to the third factor, light. Ducks need at least 15 hours of light, signaling their bodies that it is time to lay eggs. This most often happens in the spring or breeding season. Depending on the setup and intended use of the eggs, artificial lighting can mimic this light cycle. The young, recently matured ducks may lay in the fall by placing a heat or light lamp in the duck coop on a timer to ensure the required hours. At the same time, you can extend your grown hens into the winter or kickstart laying in late winter after a break. If you've also kept chickens, they seem easier to trick into this artificial season than ducks. Ducks spend far more time outside the coop than inside, even in inclement weather, if they can access the outdoors and are not locked in an enclosure. Certain duck breeds take the limited light in stride, much like the Indian runner duck. And lastly, their breed. As with any livestock animal, their purpose in the homestead must match the breed type. Ducks are no different. For example, the Indian runner duck wins the title of the best egg-laying duck. She is the choice for many homesteads or commercial egg-laying operations, as they lay year-round, regardless of daylight hours. However, they are unsuitable for meat, as they are erect and lightweight with minimal breasts. They also make the common, sometimes disruptive quack-quack sound. In comparison, the Muscovy duck is a heavy, meaty bird that only makes a quiet hissing sound when communicating. The Muscovy lay from early spring to late fall. If allowed to mate, they often go broody on upwards of 15 eggs. Of course, nutrition and care are important if you want your ducks to lay lots of eggs. The first thing they'll need is duck feed. Ducks are excellent foragers when the season permits grubby bugs, snails, insect larvae, worms, grasshoppers, and many flies to be a part of the regular menu in the summer months. Additionally, a high-quality layer feed should be supplied and offered as they require slightly higher protein and niacin, which are not found in regular chicken feed. On top of the food they eat, ducks also need water. At the very least, they must be able to dunk their beaks in, as that is how they clear their nostrils. Clean, fresh, cool water is a must in creating the ideal egg-laying environment. A kiddie pool or large trough can masquerade as a duck pond as long as regular water changes are possible. As a personal preference, some people clip the wings of their ducks to prevent them from flying off. However, the ability to take flight provides enrichment and doubles as a predator avoidance tactic. With the ability to take flight or free range, ducks can and will find some of the most precarious and disguised nesting areas. A pro tip, if you're checking the coop you've worked over in the spring with no signs of eggs, watch where your ducks go when they leave the pen. A growing stash could be forming under a nearby bush or drainage pipe. A balanced, natural environment will only enhance egg laying for years. If you provide all the necessities, ducks will happily provide you with large yolks and fluffy egg whites or fuzzy, big-eyed ducklings. If you want to learn more about ducks and their eggs, please click this link for the full article. I hope you find this video helpful. If you do, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. You can also check out our website at thehappychickencoop.com or subscribe to our email newsletters for more tips and tricks in raising a backyard flock. Thanks for watching!